Hey, how you doing?
Oh, better not complain. How about yourself?
Doing all right.
Enjoying this weather.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a little cooler, but not being too hot's nice.
Yeah, I think we're getting there though.
Yes, sir.
Even.
Take some time, it'll take some kind of time for something to happen.
Oh, yeah.
She says, I'm going downstairs. I said, well, it's over now.
She won't be here, but we'll have it recorded.
Then the freezer goes out.
It's never shut, whatever it is. I hope you like it.
We're back.
He could kill himself.
He told me I gotta buy this.
I found that, I had a.
It's turning 93. They keep saying, that's a deal.
That's a deal, you probably need to put some, and you probably need to put some spurs on your boots too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know what's going on. Catch every box.
Yeah. Who makes it?
It was, I don't know where it was for sale.
Oh, that's a market one, oh, okay. Why don't you get it? You already got all that already on. Some of it.
Put rye grass in it.
Hey, Sherry. Hey.
Howdy. Hey, Jesse. How you doing?
Okay, we'll call our meeting to order, and if you would please stand for the invocation.
Our Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day, Lord. We just ask you to be with us throughout the night, just watch over us, help us make right decisions for our community. We just thank you for the blessings that you've bestowed on us all. We ask you to continue to bless us, Lord. Be with us for night and watch over us, Lord. We love you and we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
You will pledge the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Judy, you got your paper. Okay,
Good luck with that.
if you would, that'd be great. Thank you.
Lynn Hunter,
Here.
Terry Hester. Here. Vonda Ackerson. Here. Charlie Thompson.
Here.
Tom Trammell.
Here.
Tommy Matthews.
Here.
Maria Spivey. Here. Wayne Sellers.
Here.
Sammy King.
Here.
Mike Davis.
Here.
James Baker.
Here.
Mickey Olson. You had pay on her, but Linda is out of town. And Judy Brett. Vicky Sellers here. Bill Brett. Okay.
All right, thank you, Vicki. Need a motion to approve the absent members tonight. So moved. Moved by Mr. Trammell,
Second.
second by Vonda. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. You have a copy of the agenda. Move to approve the agenda. Someone?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Charles, second by Tommy. Any discussion on the agenda? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We have the minutes. They'll provide the minutes. Okay. Vonda, could you mind running through those briefly? I mean, everybody's got a copy of the minutes, right? Have those been posted? They would be posted.
No, it would be
to
posted
approved.
well after we approve them.
That's right.
Just, so that we, the last meeting date was October 8th, 2024. Called to order by Tom Trammell, for our normal process. I think the only two people out, well, those three here, Glenn Hunter, Sammy King, Lois Spivey. We approved everything. There was nothing to report for secretary, treasurer, approved everything, moving all but about the membership account, all the $1,200 that was going to get moved into our working account. Nothing to report from the president's report. Bill went over his, and that's all listed in last month's paper. Maintenance committee approved up to, I guess it was another $1,200 because they needed a little more money for the weatherhead and anything else that they would run into finishing up the job with. Doesn't say specifically which, but the whole, I guess, was Holly Electric. We had 705 on the Columbia side, 255 on the Swanee side. New business. Let's see here. Everything was approved except for there were a few like scrivener's errors. That was passed. Whole business. That was regarding Hurricane Milton. We were trying to decide what to do with the barbecue. We went ahead and went with it. Members, and then we closed at 8:05. So it's pretty short and sweet.
Okay. Board members, you've heard the minutes from the previous meeting. Pleasure, of the board.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Charlie to approve. Second by.
I got a question.
Yes, sir. Let's get a second and we'll discuss it. Do you have a second?
Why? So
Wayne? Okay. Discussion.
This, on the maintenance committee,
mhm.
thing, about $1,200. Help me understand that.
That was on top of the other money because we still needed to, there was something we needed over at Swanee, something with the weatherhead. And we had to pull it back because they needed,
That didn't come out of the initial
Well, they didn't-
$8,000
no, that was on top.
on top of the 8,000?
Right. Oh, you weren't here. Yeah, so, that was because that part had not been built into our original, the money that we had approved.
And there was the $3,000.
We did that in case it ran over. Not saying that we have to spend that, but it was allowed.
It's up to that much for a change order. So that'll actually cover the deficit that you've had for a couple of years.
So that's what I passed out is.
It's just for information. Yeah. That should handle what you need to finish.
Are you happy with that? You understand?
Not really. Okay, so we budgeted 8,000 originally?
Yes.
Yes.
That bumped it up to $9,200.
That would give you some cushion in case you had any other change
We
orders
needed
on
a
your
good
job.
job to get this back.
And that'll give you that's about another $300-400, isn't it? Cover that?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so you've got the capacity to handle that with that.
So you're saying that the request to cover the change order 1,000 is taken care of with this 1,200?
Yeah, you can just wad that up and throw it away. I don't need it now.
It's already
so we're all
approved.
within
Got it.
our,
Okay.
we're all within our budget.
Okay, wonderful.
So everybody on board with that?
That's not what you did.
All right.
Call the question.
Call the question. Favor of motion? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
What about the
We'll move
resolution
on
they made?
to Secretary's
Remember
report.
the
I don't
resolution
think
last
nobody
night?
had anything
They didn't
to
say that,
report.
did they?
So did you?
We have notes.
Okay. Move on to the Treasurer's report. Vicki?
Terry handed those out for me, did everybody get a copy? Okay. Okay, the Seacoast Bank checking account, this is the one that we use for all of our monthly expenses. The ending balance was $48,838.27. The savings account, $503.59. Our CD account is $51,232.67. And the membership account, $32,971.90 for a total of $133,546.43. I haven't moved that money over yet from the membership account into our working account. I'll be doing that this week.
Okay.
All the 1,200?
Yeah, and we got that approved last month, but it hasn't been done yet. Okay, let's see, our monthly checks was $28,422.35, auto draft $792.75, total expenses was $26,836.85. If you look at the P&L on the back, some of the outstanding items was the picnic fish fry. We took in $1,061. But if you look down below under picnic fish fry under membership expenses, it was $1,650. So we have a little bit of a deficit, like $599, which is not uncommon for us to have to pay a little bit for barbecue. Let's see, there was something else I was gonna mention. We wrote a check for legal fees, $3,029. That's out of the norm. We bought keys, for next year, 2,000 keys, so that's $9,675. And the park repairs that you see at the bottom under park management, $8,718, that was for both sides, park repairs, clean up. Yeah, the electric, Holly Electric was included in that. Let's see if there's anything else. There was a mention of cleanup, and I'm trying to add these up right quick because I just got the records. So, between the labor and hiring of the equipment, we spent $5,206 on the cleanup, which was a whole lot less than any of the bids that we received for cleanup on both sides of both counties.
I know.
Any questions on the financials?
Board members, do you have any questions on the financial report? Okay, I entertain a motion.
Seconded.
Who made the motion?
Lori.
Lori, you made the second. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. We'll move on to the president's report.
Yeah, I
Terry?
only have a couple things to talk about. The Disney bees are wanting to put a food donation box at Hogan Park. They said they would be responsible for it, and they build a really nice box and they would bring it up here and show the board before they put it in. I told them I would let y'all know, so y'all would have time to discuss it, see if y'all would approve something like that. They said it would work out good here, then they would move on to other parks to do it there. Then after the membership meeting, I had several people come out and said that when we have a storm like that, they would prefer that the membership meeting get put off to give people more time to get there, but I told them, according to our bylaws and stuff, we had to do it on that day. And then I have one lady that's doing a lot of complaining about not being able to come out to the meetings at dark, because she can't drive at dark. seeing if there's any way we can do it live, where she can watch it live at home. I told her I would bring that up at school, and see what Troy thought about it, if he thinks they can do it.
I don't think you ever could do that, do you?
We'll have to.
Okay.
But what was happening before is we kept dropping and people were accusing us of, editing
And
it.
it also buffers us sometimes, right?
Yeah, we got
The
to choose
screen
to have to be
freezes.
live video.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
On the food box, that originated from the Bible study ladies. They wanted to do that, and I had mentioned it in a previous meeting. So I suggested it at the Busy Bees because we have money that we collect for membership, and then at the end of the year, we usually donate it to a charity. And we hadn't in the last couple of years, so we have a nice kitty saved up. And I suggested that we keep the money in our community by doing the food donation box. There's one in Branford that's a wooden box, and people go there, it's got doors on it, and they put canned goods and staple goods, and anybody that needs something, they can go there and get it.
Does it have a sign that says what they accept, or what they prefer
No,
to eat?
they put it on social media, what they accept,
No, I
but
mean, for folks, what kind of food can they donate? I mean,
canned goods,
can you do something
dry
that's
goods,
freeze-dried in paper?
non-perishable
Okay,
food.
non-perishable, okay.
Right. I know that they suggested that we start out at Hodder, but I have a problem with that because the Swanee side, we always feel like everything originates over here.
Why don't you
And
start over
nothing's
there
for-
then?
Well, the problem, this is where I spoke with a couple today, and their problem starting on the Swanee side is that, part is not really secured. Anybody goes in there.
It's for
whereas at
everybody
least
to take.
here,
But it is
somebody
for the
has to have-
community.
It is, but we also, I'm gonna say, you can talk to the Busy Bees. And
How big a box are you building and?
It ain't big.
The one
It's not
in
huge.
Branford is not huge. It's probably maybe 3 foot wide.
Yeah, 3 foot back. It's
But you're talking about doing multiple boxes?
not very
It's-
wide,
it's-
it's more like 2 by 3.
But you said you were thinking about doing boxes in other parts?
Well, just, they were gonna start at
Here
Hodder,
and then
see how it goes, and put one
Oh.
here and one over there, not in every part.
Okay, so what you're wanting to put it with Swanee first?
Well, I'm just wanting to discuss it because we feel like that things start over here and never gets to the Swanee side.
That's not true.
Well, a lot of
I
money
don't have
is
a
spent
problem
on
with you.
this
I
side
have
of the
not a
river.
problem with
We
you.
have our parks here.
I know you do, but we have members too.
I totally understand that, but.
Yeah, Gloria, what you have?
Hey, you put the box inside the gates and you have to have a key to get into the box, or does it sit
But on the
outside?
Swanee side, you just hop right over and roll on in.
Well, let's fix the fence then, where people can't just walk in.
On what
Just like
part?
we should do down at Quake Park.
Exactly.
Okay, wait a minute. Where do we do, we have gates that we lock them on the side too.
There's no gate at the boat ramp part though. They can walk right around the coast and go into the harbor, step over the wooden fence.
So it's not the community, it's for members that pay for the keys.
The way I feel, people.
It's not for the
need
community
to
thing.
do it. That's
It's
what
gonna
I
be
do.
inside the park.
I personally don't think that it matters.
No.
Yeah,
Somebody's gotta break in there and get the food that they obviously need some
Well,
food,
it's
so.
not
you know.
locked, it's,
Yeah.
you just
That's
close, you
open.
put your food in, close the door, they
Yeah.
go there and get what they want out.
And I realize it's a situation where you could fill it full of canned goods and go back in 2 days and everything's
What's it gonna
gone.
take to build another box? 2 boxes, what's it
I
gonna take?
don't really know what it would cost, but the
50
busy,
bucks,
the
100
busy
bucks.
bees were gonna pay
There you
for
go.
it.
Yeah.
You have any idea what it would take?
This is like their service project.
Pardon?
It's like their service project, I don't know.
Well, I would be amenable to starting it there, I have no problem with that.
I think one on each side is sufficient.
Then we put one here next.
But somebody on the Swanee side's kinda gonna have to monitor it, someone that lives over there.
We also could put it in a section where the camera is on the box,
That's not a bad idea at all, yes.
if that's a concern then.
But if any part is subject to,
Sure is.
whatever, you know what I'm saying, I mean, it doesn't matter
But
where
they
you
both
are.
have to go over camera. Yeah,
So,
so.
all right, so how did we settle that? Did we have a consensus on that, or we?
Well, it's just not, if they do one, they have to do both. You have to do one on both accounting sides. I mean,
if the expense is too high, I mean, I'll throw some money in to build a box.
And I was gonna ask you, I mean, we have $600, I think, in the Busy Bee Fund. I don't know what it
It
would
can
cost
be,
to
but
build one.
a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood and
I
a
know.
couple hinges, okay? So, I mean, I'll buy that, I don't mind doing that. Don't have to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is it not covered?
Do we need a vote, or we just?
No, I think
No,
our board members, are y'all good with that?
It's going.
Yeah.
Busy bees are gonna do that, and we're gonna want to vote for it.
But they need to go on both
Sounds
sides,
great.
like I said, somebody on the Swanee side is gonna have to be the person to kind of monitor that side, to make sure it has food, so it doesn't just sit there empty.
Well, I'm sure Kathy would monitor this, just not like the other.
Somebody needs to always be taking a look, and I think Bill can actually take a look when he's making rounds and so forth, he can at least be that set of eyes, but
Right.
as many as possible would be good, I would think.
Right.
And I would think it'd be very important because a lot of folks don't connect. So you need to have proper signage on it as to what it is and what it's for, and the type of product that you can put in there is important. And I think, you know, the other thing we should discuss is how are you gonna distribute that? What kind of plans? Is it gonna be something you're gonna do every quarter,
It's
or?
an honor.
You still don't understand it.
No, it's a blessing
Oh,
box,
oh.
where the members go
They
there
just go there, okay.
and donate food
Well, I
at
didn't get that.
will.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
That's
all
what-
done by the members,
That's
for
gonna be
the
interesting.
members.
That's
So
gonna
if
be
we
real
do that,
interesting.
we were talking about for the Christmas party, parade, whatever,
Yeah.
just have people donate canned goods or non-perishables.
I mean, we did that for
Oh,
for the fall festival last year, we asked everybody to bring a canned
Yeah,
good.
this-
Instead of donating it to
Yeah.
other charities, we could put it in our blessing box.
A live chicken in
Just put a big the chicken.
We need to put.
there. When you open the door, really,
What do you, if we do it, should build two boxes.
Non-perishable.
non-perishable.
We get eggs.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all good to go with that.
Okay.
A good idea, good plan. Tell the Busy Bees we really appreciate the effort on that. That's great.
Thank you. Busy bee.
All right.
Busy bee, yes. It's busy bee.
We were kind of in the president's report, I think, though, weren't we?
Yeah,
That's all I have.
we interrupted the president, I'm
Okay.
sorry, Terry.
That's all right.
You
All
can
right.
finish it up.
Well, we'll move on now to park manager report. Bill?
Okay, the parks are all cleared, are all accessible now, everybody can get into all of them. Fishing park, you just have to follow the trail down, get down. It finally dried up enough, I think that we can cut some of that stuff back so it's a little bit easier, but we can get into all of them. They all need some fence work, and that's something I think the board is, should start putting on their, agenda of fences for, instead of putting money into repairing fences. I know a lot of members have said they'd like to make changes to fences, and we ought to think about that in the future.
When you say changes, we got a lot of different kinds of things.
That's right,
So-
absolutely, and but I know down in Point Park, they wanted to fix it so that it was more, not as easy for people to just walk in the park. Same with, boat ramp park on the other side, and, also along the side of, camping park, people are starting, now that a person has bought that piece of property right where our sign is, people are starting to use four-wheelers to go through that, and our neighbors has asked me to also talk to y'all about that.
That's weird.
Right there at, camping park, that, you know, if the gate's locked, they just go around through the people's property.
Yeah, I did talk to her, and she said it was fine for us to, if we want to put something there, there's not an issue with that.
Well, then, it's already been marked off one time where a fence should go. There's poles in the ground, but nothing was ever completed on it. So I think the survey has been completed for it.
Rusty the Pratter started that back about 10 years ago. and never
It looked
finished.
like about 10 years old. So, that's fences, like I'm saying, if we're gonna start working on, the first one we're gonna fix is down at the midpoint. It's in really, Bridge Park, it's in really bad shape. So,
You just kind of want to catch these through the year, just not load up and go at them all, start that way.
I would like to think that we could do that, you know, do the changes as we go.
But now to close off Point Park, you'd probably be talking about a pretty good capital investment.
I don't know if we could, or we could probably use some of the structure that was already there, and chain link it on the front. If,
What I'd like to do is have the discussion about Point Park, because what's going on there. And now if the state's not going to close up, the Tuckney up here at Highway 27, which you've got, Swanee County Parks and Recreation are responsible for the new trail. So they're the ones that, we've been in contact with them, so they've gone in and put some rods in place and trying to stop them from using the breezeway, the covered breezeway. They are going to put posts down to stop the four-wheelers from going across there. They're going to do that next. Biggest problem is that, and I asked the question, said, oh, we're putting the fence back. I said, well, putting the fence back doesn't stop people from accessing the river. Now on the Swanee side, they're going to close off, the passageway for vehicles coming in. So we've still got the problem to deal with, which is both sides of the trail. If it's not fenced, then people pretty much can access the
yeah,
river.
and
So-
they're tearing up our property too, going onto the trail.
So that's gonna be that should be a DEP issue, especially down there by bringing the vehicles down in the bottom there,
The
so.
only time DP wants to get involved is if we're doing something else.
Yeah,
Well, I was wondering exactly who put the first fence up? Was that Duke or was that DOT?
which fence was that?
The one that basically covered it completely in. We had where the no trespassing signs. were on
Actually,
the fences.
that was Duke's fence there, up to the DOT. And then I think Duke stayed inside DOT down to the end, and then DOT did the one on the highway. They did the barbed wire thing on the highway.
Yeah, I talked to the guy, DOT, and I know they did the 4-foot field thing.
Right.
But I'm wondering if somebody from Duke was gonna say that we still have a lease to this property, so therefore we had it fenced and closed in. Now that you've put in this freeway here.
Duke
it
does,
doesn't
and
change.
I haven't, the right-of-way person has still not gotten back with me. That's the one last piece that we need right now to see how that can be facilitated.
Because if Duke had it covered up.
Now, Parks and Recreation for Swanee County are the ones that are maintaining, they're the ones that the grant originated through the state to get the grant. And now they're responsible, they get maintenance dollars on that, so they're responsible for keeping it secured. But here's what's going to happen. If something doesn't happen, it's going to depreciate so bad, it's going to deteriorate. And we've had that discussion, so I think everybody's talking about it. It's just going to take some steps to get there. So we got one last piece to do.
Right. I didn't know if anybody from Duke could contact.
No, they have not. No.
This is our
I
property.
can't get Danny to call me back right now either, so I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. But anyways, that's the last piece that we've got right now. They did a pretty good job. I think you saw down there, they put the post there, so we had a couple of kids call the police on, and they came down and had some conversations with them.
Yeah, they've been cutting the fence, and they've been unbolting the fence.
Right. So anyways, it's just gonna be a process that we just have to keep consistent with. Now, going back to fencing Point Park, the problem is that with all the illegal access up here, and then folks coming out of Point Park, ultimately, it would be nice to have a locked park there. The only problem with that is that they're gonna try to find ways to exit off of property owners
Same with Hoder.
when that happens.
Personal protection.
Right, so you see where I'm coming from, but ultimately that might be the way that the message could get out. So you can't get out, but you want to tell a little child, somebody's got a kid, they can't come through,
Right.
So it's going to take some debate and discussion on how we can resolve that down the road.
Well,
Just keep it better than we were.
We're still having problems with people putting in the north and the south end, and then coming through our parks and getting out too, so that's kind of common.
Well, the main thing that we're here to do is to protect the property owners, and a lot of folks, exit out these property owners.
They do.
Have we had anything further on the trespassing when people aren't supposed to be in the park being trespassed, or
We
members
had
that
that
are violating
discussion
rules and
with
stuff?
Peter, our attorney, and they promised that they'll be on that, so, but they're not right now.
Well, I know that the private property owners, if they have it posted,
That's correct.
basically, you know, somebody could call and say when somebody's exiting on their property, because that's a dead giveaway. Sheriff's
When the
office will
new,
come for it.
when the new sheriff gets in, we're gonna have that discussion, and he may view it different.
Yeah.
But currently, the sheriff, doesn't wanna touch it because of,
He won't touch that, but he will touch private property owners. Your property, he will.
yeah,
Because
but
I've had
remember,
it come out on mine.
right.
I mean, they'll come quick, but when you talk about the park,
Right, we don't have a ironclad plan, you know, we've got members that have vested interest in all the parks, but they're not members, so there's a gray area there that's gotta be worked out. Okay,
Last year I put up a whole bunch of
Go ahead.
no trespassing signs too,
so you're gonna start on one or two of those repair fence jobs, right?
Yeah, we're starting on, we're starting on, Ridge Park. Get that gentleman's fence fixed that our tree took out.
Okay.
And then, let's see, I want to pat on the back of a couple of the crews that were over at, Swanee Boat Ramp side. They cleared that park themselves. They did a wonderful job. I went over there and everything was clear, you know? And they welded the gate themselves. Great group of guys, I really appreciate it. And women, there was a couple ladies there helping too. Electricity has been run to the big pavilion out here, increased, so now the breaker won't pop whenever people, get more people, so they're bringing in those hot pots and stuff like that, and compressors to fill up their tubes and stuff. And that was only a 20-amp circuit, like I said, now it's got two 20-amp circuits, so it should work out better.
What size wire they run over there, Tommy, you know?
Probably number 10, wasn't it?
Was it 10? That's, for that run, that's probably good.
Well, it's running off 2 breakers now, so,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
we're still waiting on, the repairs that are to be made at the Boat Ramp Park and Brandon Park. And that's all due to logistics and time schedules and stuff. It has nothing to do with any of the board, it has nothing to do with any of us. They're just, all the electric companies just flat out, and that's all there is. I repaired the sign in Utah, that was blown down by the storm. Appears that we have a couple people trashing Midpoint Park, hanging beer cans up in the rafters. I think it's cute. I don't think it's cute. Other people are having to climb up there and get them out. And another member did that. Just remember, we got cameras down there, and let's see. Also want to thank all the members that have got out and cleaned up some of the park and went out and did stuff. We had Chris Smith went out and burned up a bunch of stuff here, and then people have just been really pushing and helping out where they can. I'd like to thank Falcon Howard for donating the time and the equipment to move that skid steer back over to the Swanee side. He didn't charge us anything for that. And we still have people, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but I don't say a name, but we still have people putting up full beer cans up in the pavilion at Camping Park. Somebody's gonna get hit in the head with one of them full of beer cans. I can't take them down, but, I'm gonna suggest to the board, since this has been an ongoing thing, constant, and the graffiti, you know, I really hate the fact that somebody died out there, you know, but it's not their place to, offer up beers to somebody that died and also writing their names up on the rafters, so. I think that the board, I'm offering up a suggestion, it's the same people or person, I'm suggesting that the person lose their privileges if they have caught.
Okay. we'll discuss that one.
Yeah, you guys. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay, Bill, thank you. Board member, do you have any questions of Bill? No? Okay, we'll move on to, communication. Pardon me?
Thank
Did I miss that? Well, thank you, I did.
Hey, Will.
How soon we forget? Go ahead, Tommy, I'm sorry.
All right, on the electrical, we're finished on Hoda Park, and with Swanee County is pending. We've got, November 26th is when we're gonna take care of Brendan Park. And December 3rd is when we're gonna take care of the restrooms at the boat ramp park at Swanee County side. So those are the dates, and then we'll be through with the electric.
Is there any way we could get them to swap that, do the boat ramp first, because that's where the bathrooms is at. And that's where their pump's at.
I can call and ask, but there's two different time things here. One might not take as long as the other, and that might be how they judge that. I'll see.
That'd be great if you could ask.
And see if you can find out.
Part of the delay is due to getting permits and just working it in on their schedule.
Just working it in on their schedule.
And who's doing that, Holly?
Holly,
Okay.
we had Brennan Park early, but
Well, I know it was
it was
flooded.
flooded.
Right.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do anything about it. So they had to change the time. And then this other one came along, and I was surprised that they could do it December 3rd. I thought it'd be after the first of the year.
It's a long time to have the bathrooms out of order, just saying.
Don't disagree.
Yeah, if you can contact and see if they can swap the things.
Yeah, that'd be a little help.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of help.
Okay, Tommy, you have anything else? That's all. Well, good job on all that. You satisfied with, the way this power was done here? And with the building in the back?
Yes.
Building in the back, I noticed y'all already started moving stuff back there.
Yeah, we've quite a bit of things back there. We still need to, I want to put that other air conditioner we've already got
Right,
out there so we keep the humidity down.
right.
So it doesn't ruin everything. We're gonna just have to do like a A-frame over here, we'll run, you know.
How long do you think that's going to be before we get that in?
Well, I can put that in anytime. I've got the air conditioner. I just need to, we're gonna need to put a little insulation in the ceiling, so, that can happen,
When you say little insulation in the ceiling,
yeah.
the entire ceiling?
Yeah, not that big of a building, and
Right.
we either use blow in or we can just use batten. But we use batten, we gotta add another 2 or 4 in there. They spread the 48 inches is what they spread the rafter to.
Do you have any idea what the size of that, square footage on that is?
I have it written down, I don't remember what it was. I haven't even had it counted how many boards it was gonna take. I don't have any with me.
I'll get with you on that, see if we can get that square footage.
I also got those holes in the wall.
Yeah.
Plywood it over right now. That's not insulated.
Yeah, we'll make some openings too, so that was ventilation.
Yeah.
We'll just close them off and pack in, have ventilation put in there. I think, yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh, yeah, the AC and the A-frame is broken again, I'm sorry. We just need to get it.
I got somebody that's gonna look at that
Yeah.
this week. Okay.
We've worked on it, so it's pretty old. And it runs all the time to keep the humidity down, so.
I'm surprised it hasn't damaged our equipment in that equipment room. I went in there the other day and it was really hot.
Yeah, it is. I know. I was over there again yesterday looking at it.
I've got somebody looking at it this week, so.
I fixed it twice, and we had somebody else come out and put in a part.
You know what the size of that is? Is it 1.5 tons or 2 tons?
I doubt it's 2 tons.
Well, you got a pretty high seat attic space.
Like I said, you can keep putting money into it, or we can get.
Well, that's the whole point. If I know somebody's gonna order about 7 of those mini splits,
Oh,
and we'll get a couple of them, so beyond that, so it
I
might
think
be,
that's
might be
around-
where you could get, yeah.
I think that's the route to go to replace it, because it isn't new,
Yeah.
and and I think we keep putting in, it's not a whole lot of money we put in.
Well, I'll just have them examine it first.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost us anything to do that.
Like I said, I've repaired it personally twice, and then I had, one of our members come repair it.
Okay, any questions of, we were on the maintenance, weren't we?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll, now move on to communications committee report. Rhonda?
Alrighty. Okay, so our membership is, for Columbia County, we're at 706 members. Suwannee County is 256 members, so a total of 962 members. The invoices will be going out shortly. And these, and everyone complains, I didn't get one. The address that these are gonna go to, because we have to pull from Suwannee County and from Columbia County. And they are going to be the addresses that are listed on your, where you receive your taxes.
Tax bill?
So the tax bill address is where the trepo bill will go.
So the trepo bill will be going to your county
You know,
tax.
bylaws, it
Where
says
your
the
tax bill's
address to have on
delivered is where
file.
your,
No
invoices
bylaws
will
is
go.
where it has to go.
Let's see, what else?
Can anyone ask you to send it to a different address, or is it because it's all electronic?
Well, it's such a big mass that we have to send out so many, because it's populated from that, and then we have to send those to the printer, and then the printer will run them through to see if any of those addresses get kicked back, or there's an issue with them, and that's when I have to go in and see.
Gotcha.
But it's usually a smaller number, but there's a lot, so we have to send it out to all property owners under Three Rivers Estates. And we have had in the past where I go through and try to find them, and you can't gather them all, but, it does sometimes send them to properties that are not Three Rivers Estates, and sometimes they'll try to pay, and, we've had that a couple of times, and we have to return the check. So I am gonna put on the invoice this year that, if you are not a Three Rivers Estates property owner, please disregard.
Gotcha.
That should,
Very good.
I'll try to slide it in.
The addresses that we're getting from the property appraisers is not,
It's not the top,
property,
it's tax
it's
collector.
the tax collector. So at the property appraiser, there's a flag because it shows in the description, Three Rivers Estates. Is there some other
We
kind of
click that,
flag?
we click that, but it's just like there's error everywhere, but, because Mike Bray always does it for me,
Right.
he runs it just through, but it still sometimes picks up.
It's a glitch.
Have we thought about doing these electronically for the people who wanted it? And
What do you mean electronic?
send them the newsletter?
Invoice through email or?
Yeah,
Well, you can't do the email without everyone signing the paper saying that it's okay to send them an email.
and then when you send out a newsletter or something, could that be a part of it, you could sign?
Well, there's nothing really even to sign, I mean, it could, but then we're almost kind of duplicating, because this has to go to every lot owner. So
Right.
it's not just our role of membership, and it's too hard to go through and pull 900 and however many people out to then go through and check each one. That's what I'm saying, it's just I'm open to any suggestions, I'm just going with what they've done, and I don't know how to change it at this point.
Right. I was just maybe if we could start collecting email addresses, something that you send, just ask
Right.
if you would like to receive,
Right.
it goes
Yeah,
paperless,
that
please
was
sign,
it.
please give us your email address.
Right.
Yeah, at least you could begin
Because
to.
we talked about doing that for emails, and Charlie actually had it all set up.
We've been collecting them on our website for about 3 years now, but people's stuff changes, they change ISPs, people forget their passwords, so they just create a new account, and then they can't get to their old stuff. And we do send it out through email, some things, but, that list is never going to be up to date.
And the most current up-to-date list of Three Rivers Estates owners would be through the tax collector's office. Because they have their tax bill, and everybody pays their taxes.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, okay, so, other thing is Key Day is going to be Saturday, January 25th, from 10 to 2, same time as we normally do it. This is the last Saturday of January. Let's see what else. Oh, the other thing, our Christmas extravaganza is going to be on December 7th. It's the first Saturday of December. And we'll be putting out more information on that. We'll also do the thing where we normally do Santa gives the gift. Hopefully we have Santa and Mrs. Claus that are available at that time. Anyway, Vicki Wayne and gracious the past 2 years of being Santa and Mrs. Santa for us. So we'll do, like we have been doing, we'll do the Santa Claus, we will bring a gift for all the children, we'll put that out soon so they can start sending us the age and the names of the children. And then we will do tree lighting, and we'll do also the parade. Everybody likes to deck their golf cart side by side, boat, bicycle, anything you want to put in a parade. And we'll do that evening once it gets dark. We'll come back and do the hot chocolate and cookies, and to me it's always a good time. And DJ Chris is usually there with Christmas music. So anyway, that's on December 7th, so mark your calendars on that. I also want to thank our counters that did, for the election, did our counting, and that was Bonnie Blackwell, Laura Long, and Jeffrey Long. And I think they did an excellent job. I thought they were very professional, and I really would like to use them next election.
Sure.
And I really think that Laura Long, instead of being a counter, really should be heading it up, because she's very knowledgeable.
She got the experience from.
Yes,
Okay.
from previous
We can
whatever.
discuss that next.
So anyway, put that in your memory
bank.
bank,
Yeah, sure.
because I thought it really worked out well. It's very professional. Okay, and what was the other? I do want to, we had talked about, we do need to get a scanner to, because Bonnie Blackwell had talked about taking on that job in January. So we just need a good scanner that's fast, not really expensive, but, so I just want to get the okay to go ahead and look for one Black Friday as these sales start. And we also need just a small laptop. I mean, just basic, all we really need that laptop for is not really to put anything on it, except for to use that to run the scanner through, to then put it onto a hard drive.
I have 9 of
So,
You wanna,
I can have
Bonnie's
one.
gonna take on the job of scanning, I talked to her.
Yeah.
She said it's not that expensive.
right.
And if you're gonna do it on Friday, you'll tell them they're probably give it to you.
Well, I'm not giving it to you, but.
You can do it 3:30.
Oh, but you're looking $300 to $500 for a good one, because you want something that runs fast. But not really a copy machine, but an actual scanner that you can put like a stack of things in it. Will do it, because we've got a lot to scan, and it's, I don't think she realizes how big, it's a big job. But we do need this done,
Okay.
so
So what do we need to do?
Membership or financials?
everything, anything tree code related.
I thought we had already approved.
We may have, I'm just wanting to make sure we got our,
I don't remember a dollar amount.
Okay. I don't either, and it's not that expensive. It's what you can get a scanner for $200. You know, maybe $500 would cover both. Huh? Okay, what would it be? I don't know.
I just bought a brand new computer and a printer, and the computer itself is a Hewlett Packard. It's about the cheapest you can get, was $500.
yeah, I can get one cheaper than that. I don't get one a little cheaper than that, because I don't need anything on it other than.
I got 9 of them. If somebody can clean one off, you can have one of them.
Charlie's.
Bring it in, I'll clean it.
Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that's all we really need is just something to scan it
I
into.
got 9
All
of
you
them.
do
They're all
is look
Hewlett
at it as
Packard.
it scans, right? You just like look
Yeah,
at
So
it,
let's-
just like a
let's-
TV
let's-
screen.
We appreciate that.
Excuse me, are
Thank
you
you.
gonna need something to copy to? Do we have something?
It should
We're
be
just gonna get a
You
whole
can get 'em
hard,
both.
hard drive.
We just
Scanner
want to
copier.
scan it.
What's this behind you, Jared?
You can have your copy.
Oh.
But I just need one that's
Scanner
fast.
copier.
That's what I'm
Right
going
there.
after is fast. That's what Bonnie.
Look, a scanner copier.
Stacks of paper.
So what do you think it's gonna be? Why don't we do
Not
this? Let's,
five
let's,
at a time.
why don't we just, ask the board a dollar amount, $500, $700 is the capacity, and do as good a job as you can on Black Friday, and then we're gonna clean up your computer.
Yeah, the new scanner printer that I got,
Okay.
that was only a couple $100, that was from Amazon.
But
It's
how
a
many,
really
how
nice
many
one.
sheets can you do in
It's
it?
a barrel roll.
I don't
It's
think
a
they're
barrel
wanting
roll.
to try to use it for a lot of copying, it's
Yeah,
just
that's
that
what we
you-
want,
Well, I'm
something that's really
scanning.
scanning.
You need it to do a lot of
Stack.
Lot of
scanning,
scanning, yeah.
stacks, not 5 at a time.
No.
No, it does more than that. We
Yeah.
run a business, it runs right through.
Oh,
It's
so you,
just-
Okay, so
you
can I
can set
get
them
a
all
motion
stacked
to-
up there, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, who's gonna be responsible for, are you gonna be responsible?
Well, it's gonna stay here, so all the scanning will be done in this
The
clubhouse.
purchasing of it.
I would do it.
Okay, Chairman, I make a motion that, board approve up to $1,000 for this equipment. And of course, the actual cost will be documented, presented to the chairman and the board. And, if it's less than that will be good. This at least gives them up to $1,000.
Okay. Second. We have a motion and a
Okay.
second. Tommy motioned and made the motion. Who seconded it?
I'll second.
Tommy? Okay. Tommy. Okay. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We move forward with that.
I'm not gonna.
Anything else, Londa?
Did you second it? Okay. I was gonna-
But he did too.
No, I believe that's it.
Okay. We'll move on to,
New business.
new business. One thing I'd like to do is appoint some committee chairpersons for next year, and then can come back with committee members first of the year. But I'd like to ask Tommy Matthews to take on the maintenance. Again, Bob at Communications, Vicki, you would be managing the finance committee. And then talk with Bonnie Blackwell, and she will take the code enforcement as it relates to how our deed restrictions in reference to, and also the county, she will be putting a committee together to look at that related to VRBOs and rentals, and see how we can come up with a plausible solution to resolve things that we've been talking about for years. So she's agreed to do that, so she'll bring some names forward first of the year. Y'all good with that, board members?
I asked for Stacy Greco to be on it, because I promised her that when we
Yeah.
first started.
Okay, sounds good. We'll make sure that happens. Okay, anything else? Okay, I'm gonna move on then to discussion on the clubhouse renovation. We've got the new year starting up, so I'd like to discuss what we can do here. And relatively moving forward, we've got the electricity hooked up back here. We can start moving items out of the A-frame there and get the A-frame cleaned up so that we can make it an office and have it secured. And then primarily what we had discussed in doing in here is give this a facelift, tear these two walls out, floors, ceilings and walls, just renovate, give it a cosmetic new look. And then rework our mechanical air conditioning. And I think we can do that fairly inexpensively. We'll talk and see how we can maybe job each one of those out differently to different subs and see how we can do that.
And new wiring, right?
Pardon me?
New wiring.
Wherever we need, we'll take a look at what we need.
These
and we'll get
outlets
that
are
done.
awful.
Are y'all good with that? Go forward with that? Okay. And the other item is to go ahead and move forward with the Suwannee County and the Columbia County boat ramp. Apparently, Suwannee County, we've been talking about it for a while, so I'm ready for the engineer. Contacted an engineer. They're working with somebody that specializes in the Santa Fe River basin as it relates to that. So we'll come back with a report on that because it'll have to go through the management district there. Same thing with our boat ramp. Our boat ramp has a hole in the bottom of it, so we're gonna find out what we can do to get that repaired. A lot of boats are dropping off in the bottom, so it gets to a certain point. Y'all good with that, board members? We'll have numbers too before we go out with anything. We'll come back to the board, but want to get this started at this time. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, and I know we're talking about concepts right now, but is this something that possibly could be put under Mr. Matthews and his committee to present the board with a more detailed plan about what specifically?
Yes, that was the intent. I didn't say that, but that would be the intent. And several of us have worked with Tommy on what disciplines are going to put in place.
And I think maybe all of the things that you're wanting to include, maybe present through committee the plan to the board, and then we can say, okay, this is exactly what we want to do, and if that's what you had in mind, because I'm assuming that's it.
You good with that, Tommy?
Yeah, I was just trying to understand it a little bit.
We'll have the
You
discussion
talking about
first.
this, this clubhouse, you talking about the boat ramps, everything?
Well,
You're the new project engineer.
I'm actually working with the management district and with an engineer, so, but I would want to bring it before the maintenance committee to discuss, because we need to have more eyes on it as soon as I can get back some numbers from those folks, or what we can do.
You're talking about the boat ramps?
Boat ramps, yeah, and as far as the building goes, we'll sit down and have our meeting and determine what phases we want to go through and how we do this, how we can move forward to get that done. There's nothing, we're not dealing with any load bearing walls or anything like that, it's basically cosmetic, everything we do.
Well, yeah, one little issue,
There is no issue.
there, electrical is right there on that interior wall.
Yeah, right.
It's a problem.
It's not a problem,
We'll work it
that's
out.
an opportunity to
Yeah.
fix, okay?
So positive.
I've heard that a whole lot.
Just trying to get away, shy away from the electrical.
Yeah, okay.
I'm tired of electrical.
You graduated from science.
Okay, so we'll move forward with that, and, so now we'll, any other new business board members? We'll move on then to, we have on here, on their old business, membership 25, what was that? Bond, have you already covered that?
Generally, anything else on key day? Any other,
2025, I think y'all
2025.
covered that.
talked about key day, anything with membership? People volunteer for key day? So, should be good there? Yeah.
Key day was the last Saturday in January.
10 to 2.
Okay, 10 to 2, all right. Then we'll move, that's all the business for the board. Pardon?
How much is it?
Let's go on.
Okay, we said that I'm gonna move now to the property owners and see if there's anyone in the audience that wants to address the board.
Oh, I do.
Uh,
Oh, I do.
Well, tell us about the computer, okay? No, just kidding.
Well, that's easy. I have 9 computers. If somebody wants to, put it to factory start,
Give
go
us
for it. And don't cost $1,000. It's free.
Give us the good one. Well, we weren't gonna spend
We're not,
$1,000.
I'm a very budget-minded person.
Oh, so am I.
So what
But
you have,
here's
Sherry?
what I got. On the parks, there was not a full-blown how they were gonna be cleaned up after Milton. And everybody knows, and there's a lot of people talking about it, okay, that, the bids were put in. Ours was bid at 20,000, but that was to clean it up. That was to get rid of everything that was in there. That was to do the whole thing. We weren't trying to rip anybody off, okay?
No, nobody-
But it came back that way,
It sounds like
right?
that on
Because
Facebook.
when it
Not-
came
not
out
from-
on
not-
Facebook,
Not
hang
from
on,
this board.
hang
Not from this
on. When
board.
it came out on Facebook,
Right.
it was like throwing the people that did put the bids in under the bus, because it looked like there was no option to get volunteers. There was no options to rent a skidster. There was no options given any way, shape, or form about that, because nobody had a clear-cut deal of how it was gonna be done.
Right.
The bid was to
Okay.
completely clean all the parks, even the old logs.
Completely clean, not leave what's out there now. It was to completely clean.
But then when Vicky put that on the internet about,
There-
they got a lot better
And then
deal
they shut off the
by doing it
comments,
yourself.
so you couldn't,
You
you couldn't
never see me on
justify it.
Facebook make any
No.
comments.
No, but it was
Okay,
said that
so-
it was gonna come back to
Yeah.
you, and then
Yeah.
somebody would get back to us, and so on and so
We
forth.
went and we just-
But when you put in a bid, you should have a clear-cut way of how you want it done. No, not, we're gonna burn it out by the road, or we're gonna burn it in the park, or we're not gonna haul it off, or we are gonna haul it off, or we're gonna do half of it, or we're not gonna do half of it.
Okay, well, we,
So that's how it came into play.
well, I'm very sorry that it was taken.
So am I, because because it really made us look bad and being a new business out here,
Right.
even though I don't care because
No,
we've
y'all
been so
always
busy,
done
we
a-
didn't need the parks.
Sure, y'all always done a very good job, and we appreciate that. We just
Sherry,
look
I
forward to getting
apologize
done.
if that was the perception.
Well, it
That
was
not
because
the intent.
everybody did that and the comments got cut off because it was getting out of hand, and I believe that they
Yeah.
should have been. But at that point, it wasn't justified to be able to throw people under the bus when the bid was asked to be put
I didn't
in
name
by
names.
3 people.
I didn't tell
You
how
didn't
many
have
bids.
to, other people
I'm
already
just
knew.
saying.
Okay, we're not gonna have a debate on that.
I wasn't trying to
Heard your
crucify
point, and,
anybody.
if anything was taken wrong, we apologize for that.
And that's
because
okay, thank
there's
you,
no
because I
intent- there's
appreciate
no
the
intent.
volunteers
Yeah.
and I appreciate what everybody's already done.
Yeah, and
It's
he's
great.
done and your husband's done a great job.
I know he has.
Yeah.
We got a whole
We
crew
appreciate
that does a really good job that would volunteer for anything out here.
Okay, well, thank you, appreciate that. All right, anybody else want to speak? Yeah, Jesse.
I was just wondering, where do we find out the official count from the election? I never heard that or seen it. I went on the official website and I
Was
didn't
that,
see it nowhere.
Was the official count,
89-24.
was that actually presented at
Yes,
It was presented as.
so 89-24? Do we want to put that on the website then, or is it there? Let's go ahead and put that on the website then.
It wasn't presented at the meeting. I got the whole meeting recorded, and nobody said anything about the meeting. Jared came out and said that he felt like Terry might have won, and he shook her hand.
It
But
was after that.
It was
We
well
didn't
after
count.
It was after that.
It was.
Is there any doubt that that was not?
no, I was just didn't
Okay.
know the numbers, and I
Well,
didn't see it posted. It said it was going to be posted on the website right after. In the instructions for the election, it
Okay.
actually said that, and it never was. So I was.
It was, we'll go ahead and do that, thank you. We'll take care of that.
landslide.
All right. Does
I was
anyone
wondering where
else
they
want
were.
to speak to the board? Yeah.
I got something to say.
Okay, what's your name?
To ask.
What's your
My
name?
is Jared Buckle.
Okay, sure.
So when the electric was voted on several weeks ago or a month or so ago for, the electric to be fixed at 3 parks, this park has already been fixed. Brennan Park has been without power for 15 months, and Boat Ramp Park on Swanside has been without power for 8 weeks. And you guys laughed and mocked before this meeting even started about, oh, we can wait, but this side don't wait. There's no waiting at all. You guys did exactly what you want. You approved $1,000 for a computer. You do all of this stuff when you want to do it. But then whenever Swanee wants something done, you guys then threaten us, that Bill Graham threatened us and told us that if we cleaned the park up, he was gonna call the police. All of these different things that are said. And then I have, December 3rd to fix Boat Ramp Park. And you're gonna fix Brennan Park before, who's lining this up? I mean, Brennan Park has been without power for 15 months, and you're gonna do that before a bathroom? And continue to rent another portalette?
It looks like that's the way it is right now, based on the schedule.
Well, my problem is that this electricity here was fixed first weeks ago. So there is no delay for you guys. There's never a delay for you guys, but there's always a delay for us. The last question I have is, if now I just learned one bid, she turned in one for 20, what were the other bids? Because I know a bid that was turned in for $12,500, and you personally on the phone told me that you saved $27,000 on this. So I would also like to know if the people that you hired for the park cleanup, were they licensed and insured? And if not, what would have been the liability if someone was to get hurt by those people that I saw cleaning up the park?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna shut you down for stating a lie.
Oh, that's
You
true.
told- yeah, you
You
told-
threatened me, you threatened me.
Let me make
too.
one thing clear to you.
I
I'm not
don't
gonna
care what you
tolerate
say.
it from you,
I don't
okay?
care what you say, it's the truth. Bill Brim and you
No,
both
wait
threatened
a
me.
minute.
Both of you.
Sit down, you don't discuss anything. We're gonna have
I
our
never threatened
conversation.
you, Bill. I told you
Now,
you were one of my
Jared,
friends.
Jared,
I'm telling you, you not even read what you saying. Quit pointing at my.
I dang sure will, and I'll have you vacated from the.
Happy, because I said a truth about you. Now you're gonna try to threaten me again?
You're
You
not
already
telling the
threatened me.
truth,
You
man.
told me the best thing I could do is pack my bags and move back to Tampa. Don't even lie. You can say what you wanna say. You can call the sheriff if you want to.
I'll just call law enforcement.
Yeah, call him. Your brother ain't gonna be in office much longer.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
For what?
I'll
What
make
is
a
he gonna
motion
get kicked out for?
Okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna be.
it's just like censoring on Facebook.
What
It's
do you-
just like censoring on Facebook, people. Whenever you censor on Facebook, you have no right to say anything in the neighborhood. How can the board members be responsible for the Facebook page also? That's socialism. That's socialism. Pay attention, pay very close attention. And then you want to threaten me? Oh, you don't know who you're threatening.
4:04.
No one's gonna watch that, people do it.
Did we adjourn?
Meeting
Meeting's adjourned.
Yeah, I'm friends anyway. Keep our friends, they won't come and destroy my property. Tell me I'm doing something wrong.
I don't get it. I'm still confused about it. I don't know.
your input.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I don't know what the input was, but you're welcome.
Ain't nothing but wires, bro. Full-blown wires. Yeah, I told you about that.
Lying thief, bro. I'm gonna shut you down. I'm gonna shut you. You ain't shutting nothing down, homeboy.
Well, I mean, what are the cops gonna do? I don't understand.
What can he do?
I got it on video. What did you do? Because you said some truths? Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out and show the sheriff the video because you didn't even do anything. I don't understand why he called the cops. You gonna call his brother in?
Call me if the cop really does come.
I will.
Having a good day?
Better not complain, I guess. Looks like better than some. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, he seemed pretty upset.
How you doing?
Oh, better not complain.
Good, thank you.
Hey, you everybody? You're right there, Tommy. See you later, Sammy.
Bye. Hey, hopefully in maybe about 2 weeks I might do my brother.
You might what? Oh,
See you later, Mike Davis.
yes, sir.
Keep it out and I'll call you. I got a big guy in the south.
He's in the front right now. Yeah, I'll make sure I take it out. I'll make sure you know where he is.
Hopefully I
That guy. All right, we're on our way to clean it up.
You're chariot away.
Yeah, we're on our way, so we're on our way to clean it up. Bill, I'll talk at you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Have a good night.
Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
Didn't mean to treat the bill.
What'd you do anyway, Bill?
I didn't do anything. I told him I asked about his property.
Excuse me.
Well,
Oh, excuse me.
that's because somebody.
Vernon was putting some branches on the east,
I've got a tree over at one of my friend's properties. Real tall but gangly. And it's like broke
he was putting it.
and hanging over their one little like bathroom area. So I don't know if y'all are into it, but I really don't feel like messing with it. It's just like I have to get my buddy with his crane over there, and I could do it, but it'd be like, you know, pretty expensive to get him over there with that. And it really doesn't need that necessarily, I don't think.
Like it being lift over there, it'd be like $300.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's more like $5 for just him to show up, you know what I'm saying, with the crane and everything. So
Talked to the guy, I just did some benches for a guy the other day.
it's your son that y'all usually bring with you, right?
Huh?
It's your son that y'all bring with you usually, right?
No, it's the guy that works for me, and then two guys that work for me.
Because the one I think
nephew.
I think he's the one that texted me. 'Cause I think I got his text message.
Okay.
What I was gonna say is I'll text him a picture of it.
Okay.
If he's still working for y'all or whatever.
He's in Wisconsin, but he'll be home Thursday, tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll probably
Cards in your wallet?
give me
Somebody
one.
that wants a card.
Yeah, give me one too, and I'll text y'all a picture. I got this one property that I help people with, and they got a real tall tree. It's real skinny, but it's tall. And I can get my buddy with the crane out there, but he's like $500 to show up. So I know y'all can probably do it for cheaper than that. It's just a little tiny. It just needs to be dropped on the ground. It just needs to be dropped. It doesn't even, you know. So I'll probably give you a call. My excavator don't reach up that high, and I got rat ropes and everything. I can shoot a rope over it and pull it, but it's just right there by those buildings. I don't want to end up, you know, brushing it or.
I've been working right here in Three Rivers for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I got nothing going on. I took tomorrow off. So if you want
Heck
something
yeah.
done tomorrow, something
All right, I'm supposed to be doing a little bit of moving stuff with my little tractor tomorrow, but afternoon I might give you a shout if I get done early.
Okay.
But I'll definitely text y'all some pictures. Yep. Y'all have a good evening.